here's a look at the WeDo 2.0 kit you can get from Spectrum. Spectrum furnished us with this WeDo 2.0 kit, this Lego kit. Right now on top I have a rover that you're going to see in the time lapse that my nephews built just as we were demoing it to see how they like to use the Lego WeDo 2.0. A couple things I want to point out to you with this kit, or with this this project. This is your smart hub, and your smart hub is really the brains of the Lego WeDo 2.0. So it has a couple of ports on the back, here and here. Right now one of the ports is connected into the motor. This is the motor for the WeDo 2.0. This is your power button to turn it on. You can see when I hit it on, you'll get a little flashing light. It's going to want to connect via Bluetooth. And underneath it, this is the rechargeable battery for the WeDo 2.0. So this does not come with the kit. What comes with the kit is a battery pack that takes regular batteries, or you can put rechargeable batteries. This is a rechargeable brick. So we recommend you buy this as part of the kit. The kit is $260 approximately from Spectrum, and it'll come with everything you see here with the exception of this rechargeable battery brick. The rechargeable battery brick that comes with the brick and the charger is about $100 more. So you're looking at about $360 to buy one kit. And this is appropriate for grades 2 to 4, this WeDo kit. So I'm going to pop the top off here and just give you an idea of what comes with it. So you can see here are all the pieces that come with it. There's a couple of sensors. So there's the smart hub that we talked about right here, as well as there's a battery pack, not the rechargeable battery pack, but a battery pack. There's the motor, and then there's a couple of sensors. There's a tilt sensor as well as a motion sensor, and you can plug up to 2 things into a port. Okay, so a motor and a sensor, or 2 sensors. That's what it's limited to. And the nice thing about these smart hubs is that when you plug something in, it automatically detects what it is. So if I plug this in, it automatically knows that this is a motor, which is different from like the EV3s where you have to tell it what's in what port. So it makes it a little easier for younger students to be able to use it. Okay, so I'm going to pull this off and you'll have an idea, and obviously we've been in here and playing with it. You'll have an idea. So here's one of the sensors. You'll have an idea of what comes with it, as well as there are some drive belts, etc. in there, wheels, different parts. This is another sensor. One is a tilt sensor, one is a motion sensor. This is the battery pack that comes with it. It takes 2 AA batteries. This is what comes with the kit. So we recommend that that you buy the rechargeable battery brick that you can order separately from this kit. That's $100 from Spectrum. That's what will make your kit more useful. The kids, when they're done playing with it, they can plug the brick in and charge it up. You're not constantly searching for batteries. It just makes sense to do that. Okay, so that's a look at what comes with it. So the next segment we're going to show you here is just a time lapse of my nephews putting this rover together. We did a couple. We did the rover, which we shot video for, and then we also did the race car. So we did a couple of projects with them. They loved doing both of them. As I said, one of them is in grade 2, just going into grade 2. One of them is just going into grade 1. So it really was a great fun project for them. This was the last thing they built, obviously, was this rover, and I've just kept it together. What this does is it drives along, and if it senses something in front of it, it'll stop. You can make it do different things, but it'll stop. And it's a science rover, so they really had fun building it. They're nice little units. You can see it has a nice little face on it. It's pretty cool. Okay, so let's move on and take a look at the time lapse of them putting this unit together, and then we're going to talk about the software that comes with it, that you can download from Lego and have a look at that interface. Software, and it's going to pull up here on the screen. So there's a welcome screen that sort of gives you an overview of what Lego WeDo 2 is all about. First things first, you're building with Lego, and you're going to connect your device to the piece of technology that has the software on it. So if you look at this screen, this is the rover. The rover has a couple important parts on it. Right here, this white curved piece with sort of the clear part and a button there is called the hub. And the hub is what is the brain of the unit, of the Lego unit. And underneath it is the battery pack, so that's how it gets its power. This hub is what you're going to be connecting via Bluetooth, and it needs to be powered up with a battery pack. Now, it comes with a battery pack that would take like alkaline batteries or rechargeable batteries, but we recommend that you can buy an actual rechargeable battery kit when you buy your WeDo 2.0 kit. Add that on to the price because it's worth it. Then you're not constantly taking out batteries and replacing them, or taking out batteries to be recharged. You can just recharge the whole unit. So it's definitely a worthwhile investment. And then back here is your motor, and your motor is what obviously is going to drive the wheels in this case on this rover. Here are the coding blocks. And the blocks are just like they would be for an EV3 if you're familiar with that, or Sphero uses similar things, or if you've used Scratch Junior or Scratch, they all use similar coding blocks where it's pre-designed blocks of code that you can drop into a sequence to get your unit to do whatever it is that you're trying to get it to do. So in this case, they're showing you a windmill that they've built. You can see here is the smart hub at the bottom with the battery pack underneath it, and then the motor sits on top, and that's getting the fan to spin, and they have the variable of 1 on there. That means it's spinning for one unit or one variable. I don't know if it's 1 turn or 1 second. And then an example of some of the things that you can build with this. So here's the main screen you're going to look at when you get started. And if we look at these screens, we can see the portions of the screen. There's a few things. There's your first project, which is where we'll go when we get on to the next little bit. Teacher resources and classroom projects. And then below are my projects. So these are things that we've worked on using this software, and it saves your project so you can go back to it if you didn't have enough time to finish it to begin with. So the first thing we're going to click on is your first project. And it's going to bring up some options here. So the very first one it wants you to get started with is called the glowing snail. And the glowing snail is this model right here. And you can look, it's going to take 0 to 30 minutes. It's beginner level. And what you'll need to do it. So you're going to need to build a Lego model, you're going to need to be able to connect your model to your device, and you're going to be able to program the snail to show a flash of light. So we're going to hit go. And it's going to bring up the instructions for this project. So you're going to be introduced to information. And then there's all kinds of, so that's just one simple one to get it going. There's all kinds of different projects that you can work on. So if I click classroom projects, this is the screen where we at on the getting started, where we started with the snail. But there's all kinds here. And the ones that are in this list are guided projects for science, open projects for science, guided projects for computational thinking, and open projects for computational thinking. So if I hit any of these, so if I hit an open project for science, it's going to tell me what grade level it's appropriate for, how long it'll take to build, and what level it is. It's advanced, this one. So you can read the summary of what this project is. If I hit go, it's going to open up. It's going to tell me different things that I need to do to work on this project. So it walks you through all of that. So the great thing is you're not stuck with just these projects. I just hit the home button again. Up here are a couple of things. You can choose what country, what language you want. So there's 3 English levels: English Australia, English United Kingdom, English United States. That's the default one that we're on. And then there's French. Because we're in Canada, it's French, but it's French from France, not Quebec French. So you can change the languages very easily. You can change, there's a few things here: teacher's guide, science teacher's guide, computational teacher's guide, and toolbox. And these are defaulted to the language that you're at. So right now we're looking at the American ones. So these are great to look at and use as a resource. And when I click any of these, it's going to take me out to the Lego Education website, and it's going to allow me to look at those. It wants to take over your whole screen on the Mac version, anyways. So if I want to show you something else, I've kind of got to close it down to show it to you. So it's got a table of contents. It talks about an introduction to WeDo, access with WeDo, classroom management. There's all kinds of information up there that you can take a look at. Now I'm going to go back and open up the WeDo software. And I just want to take you through a couple of other things with this software. So we've talked about how the Lego WeDo Smart Hub connects. We've talked about there's a motor. There's a couple of sensors that are part of the kit that you get. One is a motion sensor, so it detects objects up to 15 centimeters away. It has to be obviously plugged into the Smart Hub. And then the other one is a tilt sensor, and this second sensor is included in your kit as well, and it will detect 6 different positions and is automatically detected by the Smart Hub as well. So, which is a nice feature. There's a couple of ports on the Smart Hub. If we look at this picture here, right at the back, you can see the motor is plugged into one of them, but you can plug in a sensor as well that will detect whatever, if it's the tilt or the motion sensor, and it'll automatically know which one is in which port. You don't have to tell it which one is in which port. So I'm going to close that down. We're going to go into the teacher resources. So there's a couple of things, tons and tons here, so more than that there's included right in the software itself. So you can take a look here and look, and each one will tell you how much time, what level, what grade it's appropriate for, and then what subject areas it's covering. So engineering, STEAM, coding, science. And this is one of their rovers. One of the projects actually we had built when we were playing with this and demoing with it. So you would look at this. We're on the Lego WeDo, the education software or course set right here. There's Lego Spike Prime, which is one we're going to be looking at in a few weeks. We're going to go ahead and start playing with that because it's brand new. You can select the grade level. It goes from pre-K all the way up to 12, and you can select the subject level, and it'll filter that. So let's just take coding, for example. If I hit coding, it's going to show me all the projects that involve coding. Okay, and again, we're defaulted to the American one. You can change that if you want. If you want French, you can go to the French version in your preferences. You can click here and do it here if you want. If you want United Kingdom, or if you want Australia, if you're looking for an alternate English version. So these are the countries that are available in this. So because we're in Canada, I'm focusing on English and French. So lots of great resources. And the software is fairly intuitive. I find a couple of things I don't like about it. On the iPad version, I find the coding blocks at the bottom sometimes don't scroll very well to show you all the options. On the Mac OS version, I find when it goes full screen, that can be a bit of a pain. If you want to switch out of it just for a second, you kind of have to close out of it. But other than that, It's really intuitive. It's easy to use. There's so much that is included in terms of projects that you can keep your students busy for a long time. And then it's the way that it's broken down by grade and by subject means there's all kinds of projects that you can find that are relevant to the curriculum, to the subjects that you're teaching right now. The other thing I like about the Lego stuff in general is most kids know how to use Lego. They're familiar with it. They're not intimidated by it. They're easy to follow the piece-by-piece instructions. So you'll see in our time lapse that I've included in this video, I have a couple of my nephews. One of them is just going into grade 2. One of them is just going into grade 1. They were able to build a rover in like no time at all with very little help from, actually my daughter was supervising them, so very little help from my daughter. So all in all, it was a great experience for them, really easy to use, and they were really proud of what they were able to do with very little help from an adult. So I would highly recommend Lego WeDo for those grades that it's appropriate for, which they're recommending, Lego is recommending, I believe it's grade, I'm just trying to look it up here, grade 2 to 4 is what they're recommending for this kit. And it costs about $260. Obviously Spectrum Educational Supplies is provided this to me free of cost. And it's $260 Canadian on their site for the kit. The kit comes with we're going to go through the kit, but it comes with everything, like hundreds of pieces, a motor, the smart hub, the battery pack, not the rechargeable battery pack, but a battery pack. We recommend you add a battery pack kit to that, which is about $100 from Spectrum. Wheels, axles, the 2 sensors, the tilt sensor, the motion sensor, and then obviously the smart hub and the wires to connect all of that. So it's a great kit so that you can do lots and lots with, and we can't recommend this one enough. We've had a lot of fun playing with it. So in conclusion, we found that the WeDo 2.0 was a great kit for kids. Again, it's that grade 2 to 4 range for this Lego WeDo 2.0 kit. I think it has great value, $260 Canadian for the kit. You had another $100 for the rechargeable battery. You've got kids doing robotics for under $400. And because it's Lego, kids just take to it right away. They know what to do. They can follow the instructions. They can start building projects right away and coding projects right away. Love the resources they have. Lego has a ton of resources on their educational site for teachers, including lesson plans that link back to curriculum. It's a great product. So if you're looking to buy this kit, or you're interested in more information, feel free to contact me. I'm happy to, through the website, learntechguy.com, I'm happy to provide you with more information. I'll include a link below in the description for the kit on the Spectrum website. Spectrum obviously is the sponsor of this YouTube video, and they provided us with the WeDo kit to do the demo. We're happy to link back to them. It's a great company. They're awesome to work with. So give them a call or email them, and they'll get in touch with you. They'll even look at giving you stuff to try if you want to try it first. Get in touch with them, and they'll work that out with you. Okay, and be sure to like, subscribe, and follow us on YouTube, as well as on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. And we're happy to have as many subscribers. That's going to let us keep building content like this that we can use to help you out. And here's our helper today. This is Ava, the cat. She'll be probably jumping in and out of videos in the studio. She tends to poke her nose in where it doesn't belong all the time. Thanks for watching, and we'll catch you next time.